Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Here's your Farm Sim news for Monday, November 24th. There was a teaser included in the Year 2 Season Pass purchase page that I think a lot of people missed last week, including myself. It says this: yield boosting machines, more brands, fresh gameplay, and a brand new environment to grow your farm. Generally, when you think of yield boosting machines, you're thinking fertilizer spreaders, manure spreaders, sprayers, that kind of thing. Now, this could either be a big hint or a way to make the description sound cool, but not really be that exciting in the end, which is kind of what we've seen the past couple years anyway. Either way, I am excited and curious to hear what you think. Also, big shouty outy to the Gamer22 in my Discord for pointing this out. Jumping over to Mono News, Agritona was a bit behind over the weekend on ramping up progress of their Silver 2500 pickup truck, as their initial projection was to have it finished by the 20th. However, by the 22nd, it was still not completed yet. And by the way, today is the 24th, if you're curious. The main goal is that they get it out and released before Giants go on Christmas break. However, it's going to be a difficult task as the testing process is taking weeks, if not months at this point, and it's going to be less than a month before Giants goes on holiday break. We also learned something new about the truck in their most recent post. It will be a crew cab mod, with a single cabin coming later on, maybe in an update, maybe it's a different mod. We will see. There's going to be two bed links. They have a normal and short with what looks to be a regular truck bed, flatbed, and a dumper option, with the dumper being only available in the long version, which could be a little confusing, as they say there's only normal and short, not long, but I think you know what they mean there. The truck is for all platforms. However, so far, all of the press material that we've seen of it show it as a Chevy, not a Lizard. Agritona has done this in the past with other trucks, so nothing too surprising there, but just a heads up, for the final version, it will have the logo removed. Next up, Slush's Modding are bringing back another one of their quad mods from FS19 and 22. This is called the Lizard Big Bear 350 4x4. Now, in the past, this has been known as the Lizard Quad Bear 350 4x4 and just the Lizard Quad Bear. Slush's is changing up the name to reflect a change in the model, as they've got some new tools that they use now and new processes when modding, so the name change will reflect the changes that they have made in the background as well, though it is essentially the same mod at the end of the day, just upgraded FS25 standards. The model has been redone, and Slush's has added several options, though they haven't revealed what those are or will be yet. They generally only put information like that behind a paywall, so I imagine we will all have to wait and see this release before we get the full spec sheet. We do know that essentially the FS19 and 22 versions were the same, with wheels, support, coupling, and colors. I can't remember what they support and coupling were. Slush's have been using some new tire designs as well in the recent mods in FS25, and adding new colors to basically everything on their mods. So I would expect at least to see those changes here. HR Forest are bringing back one of their mods from FS22, and they're adding to the pack. We have the Clustorian 1914 and a new addition, the Liber L556X Power Pack. Yeah, the 556. This pack includes 4 different wheel loader models and a rear weight. We have the Clustorian 1914, the Erlkonig? I don't know how to say that. And we also have the Liber L556X Power and the X Power the fire station model. There's also a rear weight, by the way. That's pretty cool. They also say that the rear weight is used with the L180H tools. Plenty of customization, as you would expect from an HR Force mod, like window tint, colors, animations, and interactive control support, or IC. We got a reverse camera if you've got the MB Trucks DLC. And of course, the rear weight suggests with this that it is compatible with the L180H attachments. I do think that HR Force were the first modders that ever made a wheel loader that I actively used in Farming Simulator. And I love how different and unique that you could make these, with customization options that stand out, or maybe just keep it stock, but you still have some added features and specialty wheel options, and maybe some new abilities. It is great to see them coming back with another wheel loader pack. Custom Modding dropped some information on their upcoming John Deere C850T air card, saying that there will be 2 different models to it. We're going to get the C850, which was from 2017 through 2024, and we're going to get the new 2025 model. The changes between the two are not major, mainly just updates to the markings, the name, the lights, and some internal features. So both models will be available in the same mod, which is always nice, and you could just use the one that you want. Heck, I'm sure there's somebody watching this right now that's probably got one of these in real life, and you'll be able to use the one that you own. How cool is that? We've seen the C850 in 2 previous farming simulator games as well, including FS22 and 19. In 22, it was paired with the P576 air drill, and in 19, it had the 1870 air drill, which was actually a different mod separate from the cart. It was kind of wild. In 22, they made them put them together, and in 25, I'm guessing we'll probably see both the cart and the drill together again. A-Dub Modding has finished up their John Deere RC6M mower and is currently with the mod-up team awaiting testing. There's going to be 2 different versions. We got the mower and a mulcher. The RC6M can also be used in contracts, which is nice, and is a brand new mod. This is not a conversion like we've seen from other modders or even talked about in the videos today. It will be for all platforms once it's released. And to close it out, we've got updates on not 1, not 2, but 3 maps, starting with Gamer Designs, who's got their Umbreon Valley all finished up and awaiting testing for all platforms right now. This is just the first time that it's been submitted, and maps pretty much never pass the first time through, so it may be a little while before we see it. Umbreon Valley is a logging map first seen in FS22, with a ton of planted pine trees ready for cutting, great spots for yarder setups, plenty of rolling hills for realistic terrain, a full town with buildable structures, and all of the logging and wood chip sell points that you could ever need. Also included with the mod map is a base game buncher able to handle big trees. Very cool. Gamer Designs is the modder behind other mods on ModUp like the 669 chipper, the pitch trailers, delimbing gate, and the construction fences. Next to last, Black Sheep Modding takes us inside the dairy on their upcoming Pichonnière Valley Map. This will be the LSDH dairy. It features an automatic pallet storage area, which is integrated into the loading dock area. This is the area where all of the pallets that are ready to go get sent, and looks like you'll be running your very own large-scale dairy business, rather than just loading up a few pallets from the side of a building, which I know you guys are all tired of at this point. This is some next level stuff right here. The dairy on the Pichonnière Valley Map has certainly taken center stage over the last couple days, and really the last week or so since we've been talking about it over other parts of the map, which rightfully so. However, those other parts are absolutely beautiful as well. We do finish off with some good news from Black Sheep Modding as the map is entering the final phase of internal testing. Once the testing partners are happy, it'll be sent off for testing for all platforms with the Mod Hub team. And being a release partner with Black Sheep Modding, I would assume that I'll have access to the map as well to show you guys ahead of time, so keep an eye out for that. We'll let you know once we get closer to that point, but I don't think we're there yet. Soon though, very soon. And lastly today, Oxygen David showcases another really neat area on his upcoming Witcombe Park Farm Map. This is Witcombe Plow. This is a pub with a full interior designed to work perfectly with a roleplay series or just having fun, I guess, in general. It is not just a cookie cutter thing either. Each table is unique. The chairs are placed in different ways. Even the seats at the bar are not only different shapes and colors, they're different materials altogether. We've seen pubs in previous maps, however, we've never really been able to go inside them. So this is a new one. I'm also hoping that there's not too much trouble with this one, getting it through testing on all platforms, since it, can be a little bit interesting. There's suggestions of drinks here. There's ashtrays on the tables, things like that. So I'm sure if need be, Oxygen David can clean up and remove some of these things to meet those PEGI 3 and E for everyone ratings for Mod Hub. He finishes by saying that the next thing that we'll see on the map will be the main farm with some new additions that players have been requesting for years. What do you think it is? Let me know. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you new. Enjoy DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. I'm trying out a new camera angle and audio setup for Farm Sim News. I've had this camera for a while now, and the audio setup as well. I know it looks the same, but it's not. So hopefully this is a little bit more clear, a little bit more bright, and just overall a little bit more detailed. Hey, you can let me know down in the comments what you think. Otherwise, just hope you have an awesome day. We will see you later. Peace. This camera's also got a cool button where I could just push this and it zooms out. That's so cool. And then zooms in, and that's so cool. And then it zooms out, and that's so cool. And then you do it again.